Let's talk about why you should have a paid off car. It seems like nowadays people are just drowning in monthly payments. Almost almost half the people I think I speak to about personal finance either have a car loan, personal loans, student loans, credit cards. I mean, some people are literally financing their meals at Chipotle with this buy now, pay later shit. It's actually crazy how common debt has become for the average person. And I don't know about you guys, but that makes me really anxious. The idea of drowning in monthly payments is so concerning to me, and it's honestly scary. There's no other way to put it. The way I look at it, at the end of the month, once all my bills are paid, I always want a little bit more money to go ahead and invest. I never feel like I'm investing enough, and then that's probably just something deep down in me that I just want to invest more. I want to save more. I want to work towards financial freedom. And then I think to myself how some people have so many different forms of debt and these minimum monthly payments that just take away from their disposable income at the end of the month. If you have a couple credit cards with $50 to $100 minimum monthly payments, you got a $300 car loan, $200 student loans. I mean, we're talking about over $500 a month just in minimum monthly payments. And not all of that is going to pay down the principal of these loans because you're paying interest. So to kind of get back to the purpose of this video is, why should you have a paid off car? Well, number one, it gets rid of one of your monthly payments. You know, having all of these minimum monthly payments is forcing people to delay financial freedom, retirement, vacations, spending time with family, pursuing hobbies. It's really ruining people's quality of life. Like, there's no other way to put it. And I think, to kind of piggyback on top of that, another reason why you should have a paid off car is when expenses do pop up specifically in regards to your car. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, cars break, right? We have to replace things, we have to maintain them, transmissions, wheels, tires. I mean, the list goes on and on. Broken air conditioner. All of these things can and will pop up. And when they do, I think it hurts a little bit more. Actually, scratch that. I'll say it definitely hurts a little bit more when you're already paying a monthly payment. I remember when I first got my car, I had leased it out with the help of, I had leased it with the help of my parents. I was pretty much paying them on a monthly basis. They leased it in their name. I would just go ahead and pay them. My car payment was really, really small. This was like back prior to COVID. So I think the rate was really good on it. The monthly payment was really low. I want to say it was somewhere in the neighborhood of $200 a month. And I could afford it. It wasn't a problem or anything. Like, I was working back then. I had savings and things of that nature. But I do remember once or twice having expenses that had popped up for the vehicle and I had to pay for them. So when you have to pay $500 to fix your car on top of the even $200 monthly payment that I was making every month, I wasn't making a crazy amount of money back then. I was still in school. So I'm like, fuck, man, like $700 this month just towards my car. Like, that sucks. But again, if I had that car paid off at the time, if it wasn't a lease and I owned the car, yeah, $500 expense would have sucked, but it is what it is, and it would have been a lot easier to stomach that $500 expense if I wasn't paying $200 every month as a car payment. So once I was done with that lease, I pretty much bought out my car. I had some money in savings, and I decided to just pay for it, and now I own the car. And knock on wood, the car's been great. It's super reliable. It gets me from point A to point B. It's not the flashiest thing by any means, but I don't care. I know I'm not in a position to have a really nice car at this point, so that's like the least of my concerns. All I want is a car that's reliable and gets me from point A to B. And knock on wood again. Hopefully the expenses are low with maintenance, and I hope it lasts me a really long time. But this is just my situation. I see these videos on like social media every once in a while, and or even like people show me, because a lot of my friends know I'm into like personal finance and stuff like that. So I see these videos of people who have four, five, $600 car payments on these brand new cars, sometimes even much higher. Like, I feel like Back in the day, I used to think a $500 car payment was crazy. Now it almost seems like that's the norm. And then if those vehicles, especially, foreign cars or like nicer cars like Mercedes or BMW, these people want to drive these cars because it looks cool and they want to impress people. But then when the maintenance pops in and, the maintenance is twice as much as someone with like a Toyota or a Honda, like they're just drowning in their car. It's ruining them financially. So even like a $600 monthly payment, and then you have a $500 expense, maybe something breaks or you have to repair it, or even just basic maintenance. Now we're looking at over $1,000 in 1 month going to your car. Now I don't make a crazy amount of money. I think I do okay for someone in their late 20s. There's definitely people making way more than me. There's definitely people making, what I would say considerably less than me. But the idea of spending $1,000 a month towards your vehicle, that's crazy to me, man. Like some people, if you're making less than 3 grand a month, and between maintenance or your car payment, and don't even forget about insurance too. I haven't even mentioned that. If between your car payment and insurance and then maintenance, you're at over $1,000 a month, for someone making about 3 grand, that's a third of your income. You don't want to be spending more than a third of your income on your rent or your house, never mind on your car. So it just blows my mind. And I think, again, I think it's become so normal for people to just hop into a car loan and get whatever car they want if they get approved. But when you actually sit back and run the numbers and compare their monthly payment along with insurance and maintenance to their overall income, it's actually pretty scary. You know what I mean? Like these people are drowning in car debt alone. And again, that's not even counting any other forms of debt they have, like credit cards, student loans, things of that nature. I don't know, man. It's pretty concerning to me. And the thought of that makes me really, really nervous. I've always been, I guess, what you could call an anxious person when it comes to money. I don't like the idea of owing people money. I don't like the idea of not being able to pay for something if an emergency pops up. I don't know what it is. It's just always been in me. So I've always been a saver. But some people just seem incredibly comfortable with being in so much debt. And I don't know, man. I just can't relate to it. It's pretty scary. Like, I don't know. I almost feel bad for the people, but at the end of the day, I feel like they're aware of it. If not, that's even scarier. And if you're aware of it and you're not going to do anything about it or change, your lifestyle or, the things you spend your money on, like at the end of the day, man, that's your problem. Like you're the one that has to live in this position that you're putting yourself in. So I don't know. I just wanted to go on this little bit of a rant and talk about, cars these days and why I think having a paid off car is your best bet. It's not going to be the flashiest thing. It doesn't need to be. You don't need to be driving around in some foreign car or some car you're seeing on Instagram that like rappers and, professional athletes and streamers are driving around. Like if you live below your means now, you can and will get to that point later on in life. But if you aren't willing to wait, you're just going to set yourself back even further financially. And you're never really going to go ahead and get to that position where you're genuinely successful and financially free. So that's it. That's all I wanted to talk about with you guys today. I appreciate you checking in as always. If you're new here, I post every Tuesday and Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern time. And then on Saturdays at 10 a.m. Eastern time, I post all kinds of content about personal finance, life experiences, really just anything I feel like talking about. I throw it over some gameplay for you guys. So if you like this kind of content, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.